Good afternoon, everybody. I'm back again today, and I hope this doesn't get too boring for you guys, but I have had so much fun working in this past couple of days. I decided I want to work in it some more. And again, I sort of changed my mind a little bit, but I have decided I just am loving this 2-page spread. I am going to continue with the fall theme. I really think that since this is such a small little book, I should be able to do several pages at least in the fall theme. And I love the colors, so that's where I'm headed. Now, I don't want to make them all the same, so I played with a few things before I came on today so that we have some different little parts and pieces to do my next page. I had 2 different packages of cardstock that came from the thrift store in the pound sale. I grabbed them, didn't need them of course, but I had to grab them. So I took I think 5 different pages and cut up about half of each one of these 12 by 12 sheets and made a bunch of little die cuts so that I have things to play with throughout the rest of the book. I'm going to have to make a whole little box of things for that book, because I also hunted up some fall napkins and things like that to use on the next few pages. I also decided I really love the background being the dictionary pages. So I'm going to continue that. So I am going to put down another dictionary page and we're going to go from there. I am liking the Yes paste a lot. I have found that it is so much nicer for putting a bigger sheet of paper down. I did find that no matter what I did, it seemed like the word I had chosen, it really doesn't matter. So I am just choosing a book out of a page out of the dictionary just because of how it visually looks. And again, I'm going to use my little carry tool, and if you guys didn't know what this is just the front of a box of wax paper, and that little metal grid thing that's in it just helps to tear paper in a reasonably straight line and reasonably easily. That's why it can bite you so bad. So I'm just gonna put down my page. And I have a tiny little card here. Where did my tiny little card go? Oh good, it's gone off. That is not it. Well, okay, guess we get to use a different one. Now what those little tiny cards are they were coupons. It was a coupon card thing that we got from one of the restaurants, and each one of the little plastic things was a coupon card, and I liked that other little one because it's small. The credit card's a little big for the Yes paste jar. Is the only reason that I really liked the little one. So I'm just going to put down my Yes paste. And I do not know why it took me so long to use my Yes paste, because I really do like it. I am learning that I need to get a little bit more out than I thought at first. It's just easier to get it to go down smooth if you do. you can actually scrape it right back off. Because you don't need very much of it, but it's easier to spread it around if you've got enough to spread. Now, I do know that a lot of bookbinders and people who do art books use, yes, paste. It's archival. Sorry. And I do apologize. I realize I say and an awful lot. I'm trying not to. I guess that's part of learning to do videos. Okay. And I'm just making sure it's down good. One of the things I did tell everybody yesterday and the day before is whatever you use under it, you want to be able to get rid of it if you have to, because I got it on my supposedly easy to clean up mat, and it really was not as easy to clean up as you would think. I am not going to put the dates on them anymore. Every time I look at these 2 pages, that's all I can see is the date. I really don't like it on there. So I won't put it on next time. I keep throwing that up there. Sooner or later I'm going to have a big old pile I'm going to need to do something with. I noticed that on the edge it feels sticky, so we're going to put another piece of wax paper, a different piece, back under there just in case. And of course we want to ink the edges, and I'm going to ink out there. I was looking for the word yesterday and I couldn't think of it. I want it. It's not vintagey that I want to make it. It's aged and grungy kind of look to it. And there again, I'm not worried about getting it on this page because I'm going to cover it up. Now I have all of these lovely die cuts that I haven't decided, and some of them are 2 different colors, which is nice. And I cannot tell you how I do this. I really just kind of play with it until I like the visual effect that it's giving me. And I really don't start out with a preconceived idea of what it's going to look like. At least not usually. Usually it's all about happenstance. And frankly, once you arrange them and then go back and glue them down, they end up in a little bit different place anyways. So you can try to get them in the same place, but really and truly they will end up where they choose to be. Okay, and that is how we're going to glue those down today. Maybe move it all over to this side just a little bit. Yeah. Can you see that okay? Another little problem I'm having, and I don't understand why, because it's just happened when I changed some settings in the software. I now cannot zoom in my camera, so I'm going to have to play with it some more. It's it's all a little game that it decides to play with you. And these leaves are cut from what's called an unbranded die. In other words, it was a little cheapy die from AliExpress. Last fall, I happened upon a very good deal on a Big Shot. I would not have bought it had I not gotten a very good deal. And they were actually clearancing them, so I bought myself one. I have not used it a lot. What I have used it for, I've really enjoyed it. It's manual, so it does take some cranking back and forth if you're cutting things, and I don't have a ton of dies or anything like that. I just have a few. Of course, I had to have gears and things like that. And this little set of leaves I thought was real cute, so I really like that this one's cardstock, and it's not real heavy cardstock, but I'm really liking the fact that it has two colors. It's two-sided. They're plain, but they are two colors, and it gave me more leaves for the amount of die cutting I had to do. They're all tangled together now. Now, if you didn't have die cuts for leaves, you can fussy cut out some leaves. You can also get, what do I want to say? Nylon fabric leaves would work. I saw some of those at the dollar store the other day. They're just artificial flower type leaves, and I am sure The hobby stores have those. The hobby stores have everything, I think. They probably have a package of die-cut leaves. It is fall right now, so, or at least for some of you. It isn't for us. We still are having heat advisories of all things. Oh, besides the cardstock that I cut out, I also used some of the paper that I used yesterday and cut out a few of the leaves from that paper. That's this one. And I didn't know how I was going to use them until I sat down, so I just cut, and if I don't use them all in this little book somehow, I'll use them elsewhere. I have some other things I want to do, some trading coins and a few things like that. I liked that this little package of dies, one, they're small, so that since I'm doing such a small little book, they're perfect, but also they work on artist trading cards and coins and things like that. I don't have the big 12-inch guy. He's only 6 inches, I think, across. Okay, I am going to close the book here for a second and squash those down, or just at least squash them. They've got, oops, I'm wiggling the table. I'm very sorry. Alrighty. And now I need a word or a saying. And I think since I didn't we're going to use these two words. It says perfectly possible. I really like that. And I had already decided they were going to go in here. Perfectly possible. Where's my... And I have a Stabilo pencil. I like when you put down words to just make them stand out just a little more than they do if you just stick them down. And I like the kind of grungy, I miss the corners kind of thing. I was thinking about going around and outlining those, and I have decided I do not want to. I have decided it's done. So that is page 3 in our little book, and I hope you really like it. I have a little saying. This is my book about what is creativity. And our saying today is creativity is not the finding of a thing, but the making of something out of it after it is found. And that quote is by James Russell Loyal. And if you're curious about the quotes at the end of my videos these days, I have been watching Elizabeth Brewer, and she is a wonderful person to watch on YouTube. She is full of positivity, and at the end of all of her videos she does a positivity quote, and I found this little book about creativity, so I decided I would do that. And I hope I see you tomorrow. I will try to get another page done, and please enjoy and go and be creative. Thanks again for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. Have a great day.